That is it, value. Well, we have to. Okay, everyone, I apologize for the delay. We'll be starting shortly. Thank you. The idea is so you have to stop out on this direction. You have this parking over here. So the idea is I don't think really. Pretty close. Getting a 95 weights. Okay. Hello. Hello. Okay, friends on Zoom, we're going to be starting soon. We have a little bit of a delay. If you would like to use the chat feature to send a message to the family, this is being recorded, that chat's being recorded, and we will forward that to the family. So feel free to use that chat feature. Thank you. Okay,
Street.
Yeah. Let's go behind. Thank you all for coming. If we could ask you to please silence your cell phones. Also, by way of explanation, the reason we have everyone in the parking lot is Betys is Bas Kohen, whose brothers are Baruch Hashem with us, who cannot participate in the funeral, if not for the accommodation of being outside of the cemetery. We're honored to have Rabbi Edelman officiate.
Come here today to bid a fond farewell to Betys Greenspon, who is so near and dear to everyone that's here. We're coming on the heels of Hanukkah is the yontif of light. We know one small light can illuminate tremendous amount of darkness. But it's not just the light of the menorah, it's the shamas of the menorah. And the shamas is that light that kindles everything, that makes all the lights happen. I would say that Betys was the shamas of her family and was planning on being the shamas of our community. But Kadosh Baruch Hu had other ideas. Chayavela Masha Bas Yaakov Yisrael HaKoyen was a member of our community for a short time, and we will hear from different members of the community and we begin with Kapitel Chav Gimel. This mother David, Adonai Loyalei, Nafsi Yisrael Gam Kaini B'Maglei Tzedek L'man Shemoi, Gam Kiela L'Geitz Am Loves L'Yiroti Atoimoti, Shifted from Misham Tefahem L'Yinachmoni, Tarech L'Fonei Shuf L'Neged Tzedroi, D'Shanta Hashem and Roshi Kosi L'Voyo, Ach Toiv L'Chesed Yidifuni Kolim Mefayoi, Yashavti b'beis Adonai l'yorech yomim. When I think of Betys, I think of a woman with tremendous spirit, tremendous courage, indefatigable in anything that she did in her life, and she prevailed no matter what were the circumstances. In the short time that she on everyone who met her. She was born in Mexico City. She came from Europe together with her family, the famous Shabbos family, of which we have in our community other members as well. At age 3, she was stricken with polio, a condition that she dealt with all of her life, and no matter what the difficulties, she prevailed. As a youngster of age 4, she was sent to Warm Springs, Georgia. For those who remember Warm Springs, Georgia, FDR, that was a special place for those with polio. And for long periods of time, she was there alone. She was there alone because there was no circumstances for others to be allowed to be there. And she prevailed. She was determined. The food that she ate was kosher, even as a child, but she was there for extended periods of time. And during the years, she had over 30 different surgeries on her feet and on her back. And it was in her incredible will that she prevailed, and she never compromised. And it was very difficult for the family to pay for the surgeries. No insurance like today. And one after the other. And the father used to say, I don't know where the money is going to come from, but he had tremendous emunah, HaKadosh Baruch Hu took care, and every one of them was paid for. It was literally a life of miracles, one miracle after the other. She lived in many places, from Mexico City to Borough Park to Far Rockaway, back to Mexico City, to Muncie, and then to Chicago. She was fortunate enough to be introduced by his sister to Rachel, and the rest is history, and we'll get to that later. But Betys had an incredible career. She was a teacher. She was a kindergarten teacher in Mexico. At Sarah Schneer, she taught Dinim, she taught Noviim, Beis Yaakov in Muncie, she taught. She had a degree in biology from Bar Ilan University, and she was a great linguist. She translated children's books. The first Spanish translation of a Bencher was the one that she translated. But she had a storied career translating as a language analyst from the Department of Justice, working for the FBI for over 36 years. When they lived in New York, in Muncie, she had to travel to Lower Manhattan. And then when she transferred to Chicago, she continued her work as a translator in Spanish and Hebrew and in Yiddish. And it was only last year that she retired, and she was recognized by the FBI directors. She was decorated as a special agent for her exemplary work for the FBI. Now, if you think of her condition, it wasn't just getting a job here or getting a job there. It meant getting in her wheelchair, going into the van, driving herself, getting up at all hours early, very earlier than we should be getting up, and driving to Lower Manhattan. And she went and she did it, and she had an incredible career. But without a doubt, the center of her life was her family. First and foremost, Rachel, her husband, and they had a beautiful, beautiful life together. They were always there for each other. When she was here in Florida, she wasn't driving anymore, which meant she had her special taxi driver at her every whim. And it was something that was done with a smile and with love. And when things were difficult and more difficult, that bond only became stronger. We just built upon that foundation. We did what was beyond the call, even beyond the call in difficult times, because everything and anything, whatever she needed, you were there for her. Yishalem Hashem schar pulasech HaKadosh Baruch Hu repay you in a way that only that HaKadosh Baruch Hu can. And from now on forward, there should only be for better times and happier times. Betys was exceeding proud of her family. When she spoke about any of them, her face glowed. Yossi, Yonit, Shifi, Aviva, the 17 grandchildren, and the two great grandchildren that filled her life with joy and with happiness and with nachas. You can't translate nachas. You know what it is? And Baruch Hashem, she was blessed with that. She was an incredibly devoted mother. All the kids in the neighborhood ended up in their house. There's always one house in the neighborhood that Shabbos afternoon, everybody is there. That was the Greenspon house. And she had an incredible energy. And this energy just drew people together, drew people close. Shabbos, everybody was there, kids and adults. It was difficult for her to go to other houses, but that wasn't the only reason. People came there because they wanted to be there. Really, it was their house was the center of the universe for the entire community. She had an engaging personality, a wonderful sense of humor, and she had a smile from ear to ear that lit up an entire room. We were fortunate when they moved to Deerfield Beach, and she would give credit to Shiffy, who said, no, you've got to go to Florida. She pushed them, and at the beginning, they were hesitant. They didn't know the kids aren't here. And before they turned around, they have 3 kids in Florida. She felt she hit the jackpot. This was like an amazing thing that the kids were here, and it was just wonderful. And then her brothers, and in the same building, it was just something that were beyond her expectations that they should be together like that. She was so looking forward to being a part of our community in a different way than it turned out, but she is a part because everybody, surely I'm lucky enough that we lived in the same building. So we saw her all the time, and there was always a smile on her face. And as difficult as it was, she was pushing forward, and she did not want her handicap to get her down. There's an expression that actually is based on a Zohar. The Zohar says, "Komilin da alma v'talyon ela b'rusa," or as Chazal usually say, "Ein lecha davar ha'omed b'fnei haratzon." There is nothing that will stand in front of the will. And if you think of Betty's life, it was a will to succeed in life, the will to overcome all obstacles, the will to get married, the will to have children, and the will to have more children, the will to raise a family, and the will to always bring joy and happiness to others. She willed her life to succeed. Rabbe's bonus asachayu olis al kulana. Many have done valiantly, but you surely have exceeded them all. You touched all of our lives. Your memory shall remain with us forever. Kenishmasa tzura b'tzura chayim. Ask Nicole to say a few words. We have Rav Chaim Shabbos. Betty's sister will say a few words. Brother. This is Betty's brother.
My brother Moshe is the one who's going to be speaking on behalf of the family. There's nothing really one can add to what they know. It's just like the intention. Going down together. You know, as spiritual as any different than to my parents. So it can never view her any different than anybody else. That gave her the way completely to view herself as the great person that she was. And that's how she projected herself, and that's why none of us ever looked at her and they're really different. It's simple second first. She really carried herself, carried everyone around her in an amazing way. Rob mentioned about the day of Hanukkah and her being a light. Last day is supposed to be the day that darkness came into the world. 3 days because the term was translated to Greek. Translation will separated the terms himself from the law. Something that brings darkness. Since his life brought a lot of light, that's darkness. Her translation was one of the Kiddush Hashem. You can understand working for the FBI, translating Yiddish and Hebrew. There's a lot of challenges. Nevertheless, she did not allow herself into anyone's life. She's doing a job diligently, asking Shayas as to what she was obligated, but she's approved Hashem. And it's something that, even though physical presence isn't going to be with us anymore, nevertheless, it will continue in our minds, in our heart, and with Hashem shall build her.
instituted the for an other because the loss is so great and they have many halachas. What happens on the day of the Fura, the first 3 days, saying hello, not saying hello, the last 3 days, and it's 30 days, then it's a year. It's all with Chachma because the heart has such a great loss that even when you come to the Menachem oven, you just sit there and don't say a word. And we help us to become better in a very hard condition. My sister, I'm going to repeat a lot of the things that the Rav said. My sister Betys was born in Mexico in April of 1952. And at the age of 3, she contracted polio a year before the vaccine came out. My parents, from day one, decided they would do everything they can so she grows up to be as normal as possible, even with her condition. Even though my father was a very, very good soul, and he said, so you need it. My mother said, you are crippling her. Let her do it herself, and she will come ahead. Her whole life was difficult. The story of Eve compares too much to her. My mother took the task to inform herself as best as she could to learn English. Took my sister to One Spring, Georgia, from surgery to after surgery to special shoes, crutches, wheelchairs, you name it. She was there. He had a textile factory, and he did okay. But when my sister needed another operation, and he didn't have the money for the operation, he Idam to Hashem. And he said, Hashem, it's not for me. Total emunah. Because she couldn't go on a school bus. High school, my father every morning for 4 years went to shul, grab a coffee, and drove her to school. Sometimes he had to carry her 3 flights up. And my mother made arrangements for her to pick up. When Betty graduated from high school, my father went up to the director and he asked for a diploma. He says, I was here every day for 4 years and I deserve a diploma. They gave him a diploma for perfect attendance. So that was the way it is, but he didn't take any credit of anything. Years went by. She went to Eretz Yisrael, she went to Bar-Ilan University. She had a major in biology and became at many years. Then she was in a school in Shara Yosha, with the Rebbetzin Freifeld, and Rafe was Rabbi Freifeld in Shara Yosha. And Rafe's sister met Betty just once. Said she is phenomenal. They went out, the rest is history. They married, lived in Mexico, wonderful children. Excel in Leif daughter. Great. Thank you. My sister Betys won the lottery. She married you. At times I had to remind myself, Betys, that sometimes she was a little rough because she had a very difficult situation. But she should bless every day to Hashem for giving her such a husband and wonderful children. The Nivchar of the Obois was Yaakov, who had a life full of sorrows. But always find the right thing to do. The same for my siblings. My sister Betys was the Nivchar of all of us. She's now next to my parents. I'll hold on.
Unita Magiwanik, Ilawanik.
Speak to the people. Please speak to my heart. I just want to thank you. I want to thank you for being there, Rob.
Feels good for you, though.
Thank you for always encouraging me and believing in me. Thank you for being my best friend. There's so much laughter, so much. Thank you for teaching me how to be a devoted mother, to be a fellow pastor, and thrive in my home, even though your finger always pointed here and there to pick this off. As you may be very annoyed. Sorry, Mom. My home's so welcome and cozy. You are an amazing captain. I can thank you for ingraining in me the importance of having a home where people felt welcome. We all felt so proud. Thank you for teaching me how to create home. Lawyer. So whatever you did, you were able to do it so well. You did it with so much pride. Your life's journey had so many challenges. We saw you break bones, fall, open your head. You had surgery after surgery so many times. I can't even remember them all. You always pulled through with your huge smile on your face. You were so selfless. Your life was all about us. You had no physical pleasure, yet you enjoyed and encouraged us to be strong and active. I remember you used to say, "Dance for me, Alita, dance for me." And I would dance for you. Knowing that you were dancing through me. You didn't have resentment that you were not able to move. You loved me so much. You enjoyed watching me. Your smile is none that any other human can replace. Your motto was always "If do as Hashem Simcha." Even when you had 16 bones broken and a trait, you were always smiling. You danced with your shoulders while I laid my music next to your ears. I knew that you knew I was crying next to you, but you were worried about me being sad. You didn't want me to cry, so you danced with your shoulders. My children were so proud to have you as a woman. You were the pillar of their life. No one was ashamed that you were critical, because you never showed us that you were. You taught them that you can achieve anything if you really want to. You were fun and witty and so loving. You learned how to walk when they said you wouldn't. You learned how to drive. You went to seminary. You overcame many falls and obstacles there. You used your strengths and went after a career that you were able to do while so limited physically but not mentally. You got married and had 4 children when they said you couldn't have more than 2. You were stubborn and you believed in Hashem. You had the most incredible life partner, Allah, just like you. I told Allah that maybe down here he had no real estate for you, but I am sure that you see what he has up there, his plaques on them. All this devotion to you. Your devotion to one another is the epitome of what real marriage is. You had one complaint to me for certain. We're not near you and all scattered around here with your children by your side. We're all so broken that you left us. But we love you so much that we are at peace that you can finally be pain free. Please forgive me if I ever disrespected you, if I said anything that hurt you, if I owe you, if I caused you any pain. We love you and we'll try to take your legacy with us to make the best of whatever Hashem sends us with a smile through life.
Look how many people. To see you. Physics are missing. There's so many emotions and memories going through my mind. It's hard to know where to begin, what to say, and focus on. No surprise to any of us that knew you. We would often hear you say, "When life gives you lemons, you make lemon juice of it." Pretty much since you were 3, all the way through to yesterday. We had so many lemons, daily struggles, hardships, challenges, obstacles, and silent suffering. How you manage to smile, be so positive, and a source of strength and encouragement to others is something we will never understand and can only try to emulate in the smallest of ways. Having the title of your favorite son-in-law for so many years has always been a hat I was honored to wear. I had the privilege of joining the family a bit more than 26 years ago, and I'm so lucky for that. Considering the difficulties of travel for you, Yonit, the kids, and I made it a point to be with you out in the family for just about all of Sukkot and Pesach holidays, in addition to trying to see you as often as we could. Over the years, it's been commented to me of what a good son-in-law I was while I was going, and I consistently answer them all the same. Not sure what the big deal is. We all look forward and love going. There was always a fight when we arrived, who ran into the house first. But typically, Ellie would push us all aside and be the first one barreling through the house. It was always so much fun, a time filled with laughter, whether sitting at the kitchen table, dining room table, or just hanging out in yours and Abba's bed, laughing and choosing into the night. Such fond, loving, and cozy memories. Yonit and I are so blessed that all of our kids love you and Abba so dearly. We will always miss you. There was not the slightest monetary consideration in having all of us here for you, brother. You deserve all the love and respect. And we will forever be giving you virtual hugs and kisses. As Ma and all of us love to sing in kibbutz Abba. Abba is a big side, which you truly, truly are. You are literally Ma's hands and feet, and you're an equal partner in all of Ma's accomplishments. She literally could not have done all this without you. Abba and all of us are so lucky to have you take care of me. We all know, Yassi, that your dream as a child growing up was to be a doctor so you can help Mom. We are so proud and fortunate to have you on our side. You're the most concerned doctor / son, always dropping things on a dime, whether to travel to Chicago or consult with the doctor. I have no doubt. We were so fortunate to have kept Ma with us since her diagnosis a bit more than a year ago because of your care and direction, which allowed Ma to see so much Nachas this past year and family accomplishments. Schiff and Evan, we were concerned once you were married, we would lose our super host, Bala Costa. But if anything, it seems we gained with having Evan on your side. From housing and being on the front lines as a first responders for Mom was beyond comforting, and there's no words to express our Karasa type to you both. Aviva, no doubt, having you and the kids here the past year was a large part in keeping Ma going. It literally gave Ma life. We cannot forget either how you would always drop everything and run to Ma to care for her without a care in the world, with your smile and infectious laugh. You need, perhaps you're more like Abba, but we all know you have the strength and backbone of Ma. You got big shoes to fill. We need you to keep it together, Yassi and the girls. Today and the next while is a time to cry and mourn, and we will. But know that I'll be by your side and will hold your hand all the way through. Always remember how Ma would want you to be, with a smile, so you can be a beacon of strength and encouragement for the family, friends, and especially to all your customers that you give so much time, love, and chizik to. Ma, please be so much for the family. We need you to take care of us and know that we will never forget and forever remember you.
Feel almost feel almost selfish, crying and wishing you here with us. You're finally at peace. Nothing burns, nothing aches, or hurts so bad that you break a smile. You're with Boba Ima and Zeta Zeta jumping and dancing and doing all the things you couldn't do for 71 years. It's so hard to put words to the incredible memories we all have with you. I can finally admit, like my father said, that I had to be the first one out the car to give you a hug. All I can think about is sitting at night in the cold Chicago sukkah, singing with the whole family, and watching you with your eyes closed, head slowly shaking side to side, and the most precious and relaxed smile across your face, enjoying every moment with your family. When Nathania and I named Ariella Simcha, we chose Simcha because that was your way of life, your motto. We are ingrained with Simcha because of you. That is how we will carry on your name forever, everything with a smile. And of course, we all know you couldn't have done it without your most selfless, loving, and caring husband, Zeta Abba, who is there for you 24/7. I just want to ask Tila if I ever did anything way. I love you so much, Dora.
Shifty and Evan Henderson.
My dearest mommy, my beautiful, lovable, strong, and caring mommy. How is it we are standing here today? We really never believed this day would ever come. You were the cat with 9 lives, always pulling tricks out of your hat and living through the unimaginable. Smiling through every challenge, conquering every fear. Never once did I hear you say, I can't do this. Your physical challenges never stop you from being your greatest potential. And when life threw you a curveball, you'd say, we don't ask why. Your emunah is something we all should strive for. You accomplished so much and maybe more than most able-bodied people, and you did everything with such grace. You were the best example of a mother, a wife, a daughter and a friend. Truly my hero and biggest role model. Ma, I wouldn't be the person I am today without you. You taught me since Orly was born. I made it a habit to call you in mail. On the contrary, even at your worst, you always answered with a smile and even sometimes with a song. I can't tell you how much I'm going to miss you singing off tune Winnie the Pooh songs and all the creative lyrics you would make up. Mommy, you were the pillar to this family and you've trained us to be strong, to do things the simple. As Jose says, or Yossi, he never met someone who accomplished so much without lifting a finger. You were so weak, but also so incredibly strong. You did not have it easy, and you had the greatest impulse of kind. You lit up every room you entered. There's not one text or call that I received so far, not stating what a loving and special person you were. You had the biggest and warmest heart and made everyone feel so loved. I had this trust of living with you the longest and helping Abba take care of you while I could. I'm so grateful for that extra time we had, and I will cherish those memories forever. Understandably, your relationship with Abba wasn't always so easy, to say the least, but you were the perfect pair. Your love for each other was so beautiful. You were the greatest team. Abba, your endless devotion to Mommy was unmatched. Thank you for taking such good care of her through the years, even until the last moment you were trying to make her comfortable. Ma, we're going to stay strong for you. We're going to take care of each other and live your legacy to the fullest. It was such an honor to be your daughter. Evan, Orly, and I will forever miss you, and our hearts will never be whole again. I hope you're finally at peace and dancing up there with Baba and Zeta. Te quiero tanto. Tukushka.
Get the whole question.
Okay. I'll make do. I'll try to speak loud. First, I want to thank Rabbi Edelman and Rabbi Gibber, our Rav, literally the best Rav anyone can ask for. And for everyone, all the friends and family for coming and so forth. And my parents who were always being there and helping. So my first introduction to my mother-in-law, Betys, Greenspon. Chaya Bela Masha, Bas Yaakov Yisrael HaKohen, Bas Zissel. It was actually through a Google search. But it wasn't a Google search of her, it was a Google search of Shifi, her daughter, when she was a prospect who I was going to date. A lot of people search Facebook, right? I'm not the only one. And the reason why she came up in Google because my wife created a page for her because she was in an accident. And right away I saw what a special person Shifi was. But I'll get back to that later. I just want to start off by saying it's a miracle that I'm here. I've been through a lot, and Baruch Hashem, this family that I married into is really the one word I come up with is miracle to describe everything about them. So if we go back a little bit in time, my father-in-law surgery for his special heart. And the doctors did an extra special job, it seems. And my mother-in-law contracted polio when she was around 2 years old. And both miracles from those two people, those special people, and especially my mother-in-law, who could have given up on life so she was young, she permanently used crutches, and her father would bring her to school every day, just like Tiamoy said. He did not miss one day. So how amazing that Hashem gave my father-in-law to take over after Zaidi, 100 million times more than Zaidi was even able to do. They had Yossi, my brother-in-law, Jose, and me. And for many years after, they struggled for whatever reason. And then Hashem, after I think 13 years, blessed my in-laws with another baby, my wife. Miracle baby. That's what they said. She had the most unique and special relationship and bond with her mother. If you want to witness and learn degree, all you need to do is watch Shifi on any given day. And also my father, I've never seen anyone so more committed. They were one unit. He's one of the biggest tzaddiks I've ever known, and I thank him for teaching me so much, and also doing electrical work in my house. And my brother-in-law and my sister-in-laws, they're so loving, committed. I learned a lot from them. I never met siblings who talk so much on a daily basis, and it's just something I look up to and learn from. And Shippy was literally there for so many years, night and day, for my mother-in-law, and this year was such a roller coaster of a year since we got married in September 2022. This year there was Baruch Hashem many simchas, but we also lost Bova Hima, but so many simchas happened as well. Our Orly, Baruch Hashem, Ariella and Azi, Gael and Gobi, Jose and Dalia, and much more. And just to end, when I was dating Shifi, when we got engaged, we would talk about where we would live, and she would mention to me over and over and over that, and she showed me her desire and excitement to be able to one day host family and guests all the time, and how amazing it would be to be able to host her mother without any obstacles, without any stairs. And wherever we lived, she wanted to make sure that my mother-in-law and feel as though she didn't even have to knock on the door. And that's the way we conducted and had our home for the last year and a half. So I know I will never have the same Shifty again because a part of her, one with her mother. But everything that remains here today should only be filled with simcha and bracha and tzlacha and ahava, brius. And I know Shifty will continue her mother's dream for raising a family in Mitzvah Hashem and never giving up, overcoming challenges and seeing only the good in Hashem and His midos in this world. Easy for her.
Viva and Glad.
Dearest Mommy, what's it like finally being comfortable? I hope you're finally at peace holding your parents' hands. Mommy, you left an imprint in this world. Between your father's devotion for Torah and your mother's devotion for calling you 1,000 times because she was worried. You are a combination of both of your parents. You made such a huge impact in our lives. I closed my eyes last night and I pictured your bent, always manicured hands holding mine and telling me it's going to be okay. Your reassurance and stability you gave us, you always will be my pillar and my hero. You made me feel so safe. As little, even now, thinking back how anytime I slept in the same room as you, I would wake you up 5 seconds after you fell asleep to ask you if you're okay. I know that many children have a hard time being a good child to their parents. I won't lie and say it was always easy to help you. It was so easy to love you. Your smile with such lightness, friends coming to visit you not because you were disabled, but because of your smile, your attitude, your mental strength, even though you were physically weak, is what people came for. As a little kid, I used to come snuggle with you in bed and notice your feet were ice cold. So I would go under the covers and warm up your toes until you would say, "Yeah, Aviva, enough." Waking up as a little kid when it was still dark outside at 5 in the morning, holding your pajamas, sometimes even wearing them. You always had the same routine of putting on your shoes, even though you couldn't walk. Always the way with the mitzvah. Right foot, then left, then tie the left, then the right. The struggles of balancing on one foot and locking your brace in place. The struggles that you've gone through, no one can ever imagine. You went through it, and although physically you couldn't stand straight and tall, you did it like a champion. I'm so honored to be your daughter. I learned so much from you, the way you got through challenges. I would call you and say, "I don't understand." You say, "We don't ask why." I would climb on your battery of your wheelchair and took so much pride going shopping with you. You used to love to remind me that when I was little, I used to say, "When I'm 8, you'll be 48, and when I'm 9, you'll be 49. You were 71, and I only have a few minutes to talk about you." What a zechus it was to be your child. Thank you for teaching me what it means to truly love a parent and honor them and want to connect with them. Today I understand more than ever what Hashem wants. He wants us to see that He cares about us and loves us. There are so many lessons that I learned from you. One of the lessons is you can either let things in life pull you in and trample you, or you can climb over and stand on the top of the mountain, strong. With all your struggles, you can still stand strong. In front of everyone here, I want to ask for Mechila. I'm sorry for all the times I disappointed you. There were many. I'm asking for Mechila. Please forgive me for anything that I did to hurt you. All I wanted and still want to do is make you proud and give you nachas. It's not a goodbye because you're with me. And I know that you will take care of all of us because you love us to the moon and back. I am putting your earrings in my sitter so that when I daven, I know that you are listening. I love you.
Yes, Greenspon. Mommy. Mommy. I'm ready. None of us were ready. Yeah, we had a lot of opinions. A lot of opinions. And you were not afraid to share any of them. But this year, I personally actually started to listen to you. One thing this year has taught me is that Hashem works in really mysterious ways. I know that you always believe this with every cell in your body, but for me, it has not been that simple. But this past year, even with all of the challenges we face, it still has made me look at Hashem and the things he does that seem really confusing. A lot more gratitude. Mommy, despite everything Hashem threw your way over your life, from polio to the hundreds of surgeries, and even more physical obstacles because of the polio, and now to the cancer. Somehow, you not only didn't question Hashem, you were thankful. It's like you had the superpower to change life's greatest challenges into your strengths. You were, and you still are, a real life superhero. And while you sat in your wheelchair and made everybody think that you were disabled, you actually were stronger than anyone I've ever known. The four of us, you meet me, Shafi and Aviva, we knew about the superpower, and your grandchildren also knew about it. It's inspired us to do things that we wouldn't have had the courage to do. I can say with complete confidence that I never would have accomplished all the things that I have taken on if I didn't have you showing me that nothing is impossible. There is no obstacle that you faced that you didn't laugh at and say, seriously? This is nothing. I have a shit on my side. You remember last year when you and I were on FaceTime and the doctor said that you had really advanced cancer, and you know what you did? You laughed. You laughed at the diagnosis. You laughed at the 3 months that the doctor said you were going to stick around for, and as always, you proved that you're the one who controls the narrative with Hashem's help. I remember feeling, even when I was really little, that my mom was extra special. You remember when you used to come to Yeshiva Spring Valley to be a substitute teacher? I remember looking out the window and watching you get out of the car, reach to the back seat, and swing your crutches around, sometimes dropping one or the other, straightening out your legs, locking your metal braces, and slowly walking into the building. Honestly, Mommy, your walk was really scary to watch. Your Nina and I were always afraid you're going to trip and fall, but you were fearless. I remember that time when I was in 4th grade and this 8th grade jerk made fun of you how you were walking, and I walked up to him, and just like you, I said I was fearless, and I punched him in the face, and you weren't sure, if you should get mad at me or proud of me. And I would watch you walk up those stairs, and I would watch you, and I'd stand behind you because I was afraid you were going to fall backwards. Seriously, Yonit will agree. It was sometimes pretty scary to watch. But like everything else, you just went for it because you were fearless. And that's the special gift you gave me and my sisters. We look at you and think Mom wasn't afraid of taking a risk. Mommy, you never let anyone or anything tell you you couldn't do it. I know that sometimes I took that lesson of I can do anything a little too far. Like the time I was cleaning the car for Pesach, and the car was set up only for you to drive because of the handicap, gas and brake. But nobody had shown me how to use it. And I thought I could do anything. And I proceeded to drive the car crashing through the closed garage door. I don't think you were so proud of me that time. Along with your special gift of fearlessness, the thing every single person who has known you will attest is that you did everything with a smile. You weren't only brave, you were proud, you were thankful, and you showed that on your face for everyone to see and be inspired by. Like I said in the beginning, not a day has gone by this past year and a half that I didn't think about how God worked in mysterious ways. And that maybe I should trust more that He has a plan, even if I don't understand. It's something that I didn't feel initially when you were diagnosed right at Bishop's wedding. But since that time, you getting so sick is what brought the four of us together here. We spent more time together in the past year than I have in the past 20 combined. It also gave me a chance to get so much closer to both you and Abba, to understand how much Abba has given of himself completely to you. You weren't the only superhero in our family. You were a superhero team. And I know, and everybody knows, everybody who knows the two of you recognizes that. You made everybody around you better. You also gave us a chance, me and my sisters, to be the kind of mitzvah keeping up even a way that most people will never get a chance to do. Also, the catastrophe of your diagnosis brought the four of us together in a way that's really hard to describe. And I guess I can say thank you, Hashem, for Mommy's cancer. But still, Mommy, I wasn't ready for you to go. You still had so much to teach me and my sister. And now we're going to have to just be satisfied with what you left us, which is a lot. Thank you, Mommy, for making us feel like we had a real life superhero for our mom.
Soy na yori, behind the rosary. Esri me madrina yo say shamayim forest. Al yitain la moed reglecha yodum sheglecha. Inela yodum velo yishal shem Yisrael. Adonai shem recha, Adonai tzilcha, al yad yimulecha. Imam Hashem Eshlo Yakekov Yireyach Balayla Adonai Shmocha Mikol Ra Yishmor Es Nafshecha Adonai Shmotzeitzcha Vayecha V'yata V'yadura.
There's a Chassidish word, and it's two words. And it was said by that there are difficulties. So some people try and go on it head on, and some people try and go under the obstacle. But he would say, but I say you have to go lechatchila river. which means before anything, just go over it. Because if you try with all of your heart and you do it with the right conviction, you can go over anything. I think that's what Betty's taught us. That in life, when things are difficult, you just got to do it. And the Kodesh Baruch Hu will help. And all we have to see is their family and children, the legacy that she leaves behind. And for those of us here who are lucky enough to know her even for a short amount of time, is something that we will never forget. Proceed.
Okay. Amen. Yehi Shmei Rabban Evarach. Shalom. Le'el Nayah. Amen. Amen.
מלא רחמים ושפל למדוי המצינו פנינו אל תעשה השכינה שמעלו יסקדוי מוטוי וזוי הרקיע מזים אס נשמס חיה בילה מסה בס יעקב ישראל הכהן של כל עולמו בעבור שאיתנו לצדקה ברסקרס נשמס בגן עדן היי מנוחס לכן ברחמים Yitzray b'tzray chayim es tishmas adinay nachalasa Tisra v'shalom ha-mishkava b'nay mara Shiva will be at the home of Evan and Shifri Honigsfeld, 7030 Isle Grove in Boca Raton. Today from 5 to 9 o'clock. Thursday, Sunday, and Monday, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Then from 4:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. 2 to 8:30. And Friday from 8 to 2 p.m. There is going to be Shiva. That's going to be one day observed on Sunday, this coming Sunday at Deerfield Beach, starting at there'll be chakras in the morning at 8 o'clock, and we'll go through the entire day. The brothers will be there then together as well on Sunday. That's 2021 Upminster Cave in Deerfield Beach.
We're going to do 2 shuros. We're all going to go into the driveway right there by the tents. We're going to organize into 2 rows, men in 1 row, women in the other. And drills and Copeland will choreograph. Okay, thank you all for coming. Couple of announcements. The washing station is by the gate. You can just wash like the Nagalas and Obracha. Please be careful of people walking and people driving. And also, if your car is pointed facing the gate, that's good. You can just pull out safely. If it's not, please come down all the way to the roundabout and go around. Please don't do a 3-point turn in the cemetery. Thank you. Also, one other announcement, please take a right-hand turn on the Congress when you leave the cemetery. Thank you. So we want it to be a one-way street. If you're not parked facing the gate, right. Second? Let me close the meeting. Thank you all for joining us on Zoom. This was recorded. We're going to send it out to the family.